This is another video of us coming up to a regular intersection light where we're going to be making a left turn. And if this concept is new to you because you come from another country that don't have these regular type of intersection lights where you have to go into a waiting position and deal with oncoming traffic, you're used to just the dedicated or the protected left turn signals, then what I suggest is, go practicing with driving school, or you're a co-ed driver that has driven in this country and knows what they're doing, and do like 20, 30, 40, hundreds of these left turns at intersection with a regular traffic light. What we do in our lessons very often is, if I get the sense that the student is not 100% sure what they're doing at these left turn lights, we'll go to a part of the city where we can do like a left turn at a light, left turn at a light, left turn at a light, and we're just doing a loop around the block until they feel really comfortable with the timing of when they should come into the waiting position, when they should clear the intersection because it's clear, when they should not enter the intersection because the light has just turned yellow and they can safely stop, and just go through different scenarios. So in this video, we're approaching, and in a moment's time, we'll get the green light. And it's not this intersection that we're turning left at, but I would like to start the videos from further back so you get in that feel of being behind the driver's seat. And this intersection coming up is the one we're going to be making a left turn at. And again, right away, I'm looking to see what is going on here. Are any of these pedestrians showing intention that they're walking towards this crosswalk? I can see cars waiting here to turn left. And so I'm also thinking about how fresh this light is. You can see the walk signal here, and you can see a walk signal here. So I know this light is relatively fresh. And I'm also thinking, and this is perhaps the most important part of this, is the oncoming traffic that is approaching, and how far they are and how fast are they going, what are their intentions. I can see this vehicle, this truck, is trying to drift into the right lane. So I'm thinking, okay, this person is seeing these people waiting here to turn left. He doesn't want to deal with it, so he's switching into that lane. So as soon as I see that, my first thought is, okay, I need to keep my vehicle straight, and I'm going to go into my waiting position, which is the back wheel in the middle of the crosswalk. And we can see this other vehicle is doing this, and for as long as the light is green and this sort of maneuver is taking place, or pedestrians are stepping into the crosswalk, there's nothing else I can do but to sit in my waiting position, keeping my steering wheel straight and my vehicle straight, so that in the event that I get rear-ended, I don't go into the oncoming traffic side, I get pushed forward into the lane that I'm in. Of course, we're paying attention to our rear view mirror, and if we see that someone's not stopping or it looks like we're about to get rear-ended, then we can cancel our signal and proceed forward. No turn is worth getting rear-ended for. Now, as we're again waiting here, it was one of those scenarios that there was really nothing we could do for as long as the light was green, but now the light has just switched to yellow. We start inching forward, and as we were inching forward, we are seeing that, this person that was going around, right, it was green, 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 and I don't know how fast they're going. It's hard for me to see how fast they're going. I just know that they're there. So maybe they had a point of no return issue, or maybe they could have waited at the yellow light. But whatever the case is, as I was bringing, or the student rather, was bringing the car to start making this turn, and we see that this person is going through, so we let them go through, and we can see that the light has just gone to red, and they're kind of at the beginning of where they entered the intersection. So now we know for sure that from where they were and when they saw the yellow light, they could have totally waited for this intersection. They just chose not to, and to proceed. So that's a whole different story for a different day, that you need to stop for amber lights when it is safe to do so, And the telling sign is if you're going through the intersection and as you pass through the intersection, the light above your head turns to red, or you see the red as you go through, then you know, hey, I didn't do the right thing. But anyway, this is a good example for us because we're coming up to make a left turn, and we sometimes have to deal with these drivers that are not making an effort to stop. But this is what initially spooks out new students, is they don't want to be in a collision, and of course no one wants to be in a collision, right? So, but there's still a little bit of confusion about, well, if the light turns yellow and I was supposed to stop, can I still go? Yes, we can go because we're committed in the intersection, right? We've got the back wheels in the middle of the crosswalk, the front of our car is inside the intersection, and we were just waiting for a safe gap. It doesn't matter now too much whether you're completing your turn on a yellow or whether you're completing your turn on a red. What this comes down to now is, what is the oncoming traffic doing? In this case, this person is not making a stop for us, so in this case we don't have a choice but to wait for them to clear the intersection, and by the time they're through and by the time this lady's stepping off the crosswalk, it just so happens that the light is red. It was out of our control. We try our best not to, stay in the intersection for longer than we need to, but in this case there was nothing else we could have done but to make that turn on a red. Now, a couple other things though, as we're approaching this intersection, you need to not look just at the car in front of you, right? So sometimes students look at the immediate thing in front of them. They look at the car in front of them, they look at maybe the first car at the intersection, but you need to get really good with taking on more information, because that additional information is going to tell you about how this situation is going to play out. So as we're approaching, I'm not only thinking about this car, but I'm also thinking about the car behind them. And I can see that both of their indicators is on to the left. This matters because I don't want to be in a scenario where possibly we're coming up to make this turn, and the moment that the light turns yellow, we start to make this turn, and then this person, you see what they're doing? They're entering the intersection to try to buddy up with the vehicle in front of them to make this left turn. You cannot do that, right? One car in the middle of the intersection, I don't care how busy the city is, or I don't care how long you've been waiting at that light to finally make it through, you cannot do this. One car in the waiting position, and the reason we only have one car in the waiting position is because, as we can see here, we don't know whether we can turn on a yellow or whether we can turn on a red. And so in this scenario, it ended up that them and us, we could only make the turn on the red. And so why is this car now allowing themselves to come in and start a new turn on a red? Or in their case, it was, I guess, let's just see what happened here. The moment, first of all, you can see on the green light, this car should have been behind the stop line. They're already sitting on top of the stop line. And then the moment the light turns yellow, look at this car's behavior. They start moving forward. Why are you moving forward? Right? Where are you going to go? You're going to start telling this car what to do now, right? And this is not appropriate. And so going back to what I was saying about why I need to see their signals and figure out what they're doing is because sometimes their signal is not on, and this person is about to make this turn and I don't see a signal here, but I see them rolling forward, and I'm thinking, this person might be fed up with the fact that they've had to wait for this person to make a left turn, and now they're in the mindset that I don't care, I'm just going to go straight through because I'm tired of waiting at this intersection. And so I, as a person across from them waiting to turn left, still need to worry about that, right? I can't just be like, oh, yellow, I'll make the turn, right? I have to only make the turn when I know for sure that it is safe to do so. So in this case, I can see their indicators on. I know what they're thinking of doing, which is they're going to try to make this turn at the same time as them. They shouldn't, again, but I'm not too worried about this car now as the person turning left, but I am thinking about, you know, this pedestrian that is still in the crosswalk, completing their cross. So I show you these scenarios because it's hard to explain everything you're seeing in a short span of time at the intersection, right? So I can spend 5 to 10 minutes in each video kind of pointing out the different things to you, so that when you're at the intersection, you're thinking about the right things. You're not just like, light is green, or that car is waiting to turn left. No, there's more to it than just that. So I'll see you in the next video, and hopefully we'll talk about more of these coming up shortly.